Hi everyone, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to my Sunday live stream where I edit photos that you guys can submit, and also I put up my picture for everyone to edit, and it's always fun to see what you guys do with my pictures. It's uh, it's really interesting actually to see what you guys do with my picture because uh, you guys are really good, much better than I am at editing my own photos. But uh, anyhow, I'll be editing your pictures today as well, and hopefully you like what I do. I don't know. I it's my brain is still flustered from the last stream. I don't know why. I'm having trouble changing gears today to the photo editing live stream, but I've downloaded all the images. They're put into the right folder so we can get started right away. And I'll be using a 4-minute timer on each image. And if I think I need to go over that 4-minute limit, I will. I'm going to try and stick to it, but some images I feel like I need more time to really get it to where I need it to go. But that's assuming I already have the direction I'm going to go in already set. But usually if I'm about 90% there, I'll just stop at 4 minutes and just verbalize what else needs to be done. But I'm not here to critique anyone's photos. I just like to edit pictures, and it's good practice for me, and hopefully you guys pick up something as well, learning how to use Olympus Workspace. And if there's any images here that were sent from other cameras, I'll do those last and switch over to Adobe Lightroom. But I don't think I saw any from really different cameras this week. But we'll see. I'll resynchronize them in Lightroom and see what shows up. All right, we have the usual gang here. Dave, Randy, awesome. Jalay, good to see you. And let's see. Plato, Bob, awesome. John, Nature. I thought I saw one other. Etsunamba from Japan. It's midnight. Wow. Okay, so let's just get right into the editing today and see what happens. All right, let's look at Randy's ghost picture first. I assume this is the ghost over here, man. That's cool. And apparently it's very low light. Wow, look at that. That's crazy. It's crazy that these things, you capture things like this, you know? Wow. You just don't know who's around. But that's cool, Randy. Thanks for sharing that. That is cool. All right, let's do this one here. Why is I want to edit this. There we go. The ghost of Tom Joad. Taken in a totally dark room over exposed in Lightroom, camera was found on the grave and cemetery in the morning. Wow. Wow, that's fascinating. That is cool though. All right, let's do some editing now. Sorry, Bob, yours didn't come up first in this one, but let's start the timer. And okay, so we have some kind of land. Oh, it's a marina. All right, marina during the sunset. So a little bit of lens flare, and I like how the light's just shining through. So let me see what else is in here. I gotta brighten this up. We have all of this in here. And these houses are kind of interesting. Okay. I'm going to go with a wide crop. Try 16 by 9 first. Just come in like that. And click auto here. I'm going to turn the vibrance down. Okay. Dang, I don't think... Wow, the contrast is so strong here. Try graduated filter. We'll cool this one off. Just a tiny... Oh. Let me straighten. I'm not liking what I'm doing here, actually. Straighten that a tiny. Maybe it's the crop. I don't know. Yeah, that's a little better. So my graduated filter, yeah, that's still valid, but probably don't need quite as much. Maybe magenta. And I don't know if I can bring these boats out anymore. This. Fix this spot here. Terrible. Oops, time's up. All right. Give me a second. Some clarity into haze. A little bit of exposure. All right. So there's the before and after. How come? Yeah. So there's the before and after. Not great. Not great. I just had to crop in a little tighter. And yeah, I like the foreground a little bit better than the sky. So that's why I kind of cropped it lower after I looked at everything. But I feel like this image, I really need a lot of time to get this right. That's the best I could do in 4 or 5 minutes. All right, nice, really beautiful shot though, Ivan, but I think that's all I can do with it here today. Let's see what else we got. That's my timer, Dave. So let me go to the next one. Start my timer. Ooh, wow, another nice shot, but very high dynamic range. This is from Michael Gabes. I don't think I've seen anything from Michael before. Let's develop this. I'm gonna click auto. Okay, let's really bring the sky in. Push the shadows up just a tiny bit. And some dehaze. I'm so out of my element here working with Lightroom. There's some power lines in here and stuff too, huh? All right, let's crop this. Yeah, this is a beautiful picture though. I really like it. Let's do this Fibonacci thing with the sun. Like so. And this thing is crooked. I think it's supposed to be crooked though, right? And form it up just a notch. Notch on magenta. And some vignette. And maybe, what do I got, 2 minutes? We'll go with a little more symmetry. Okay, some sharpness. Bit of color noise. All right, symmetry or symmetry? Oh my God, you guys are killing me. Let's see if we can accent some of these highlights. A little bit more feathering. Let's see. Oops, a little bit too strong. Then this brush with the highlights. Tree. A little bit of clarity. Okay, all right, oh, time's up. All right. So there's a before and after. Yeah, I think that works okay. I'd like to done a little more light painting because there's a little bit of a halo around that what is that headstone itself that I need to correct for. But otherwise, that's kind of the direction I was going in for. I think this came out. Okay, let's go to the next one. Thank you, nature. Let's see, Jolay sent me a JPEG. All right, look at the sharpness on this. My goodness, this is the 40 to 150 kit lens. Probably on an EM10 Mark II. Oh, you're welcome, Michael. You're here. That's good. I'm glad you're here, Mike, because I don't think I've seen one from you before. So yeah, keep sending them in. You do beautiful, you take beautiful pictures. Keep sending them. All right, let me see what I can do here. I'm gonna click auto to get a head start. This image needs some color. It's very flat. Let me look at black and white. it's so flat that I just feel like, oh, my timer, sorry. There, my God, 100 on the saturation. How about some vibrance too? There, that's better. And tiny bit of clarity, just to give some texture to the feathers. A little bit of the haze. Pull the highlights in. I want to bring the, let's see. I think, oh, let me get this info out of the way. I really want to black out the background. I wonder if I can do it this way. Let me increase the highlights and go this way. Almost. Whites, a little bit on the blacks. Now I'm getting back to where I was. The green. Let me do the luminance on the green. All of this crap here. Not the yellows. A little bit. Saturation on the orange. And yellow. Let me bring out the eyes a little bit. I hate when the dot covers the eye. All right, that should do it here. A little more saturation. Good. Some vignetting. A little bit of feathering. Now, oh, time's up. All right. So, let's see. Before and after. Man, I don't know what the bird looked like in real life. It needs a little bit of warming though. A little bit more here. Oh, that's too much. Okay. So, I think in real life, I'd have to see this bird in real life to see how good this edit is really, because the bird is very colorless, right? Not much color at all, so I just cranked up the colors a lot. and then try to keep that black silhouette in the background. But yeah, it's a beautiful shot otherwise. And then I think, you know, the feathering down here with the vignetting is okay. Ah, it's okay. I didn't have time to work on the sharpness and all that, because there is some sharpening that needs to be done too. But okay, that's 90% there. Let me just, I'm sorry, let me just add a little more vignette, then I'll be happy. Okay, now I'm happy. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this is my picture, so that needs to be changed to red. All right. Oh, thanks, nature. Oh, we have a studio here. What's this? This is from DeMorcan with a Lumix 25mm f1.7 ISO 800. Yeah, good settings. Like a women's basketball game. So let me get my timer on. Let me just correct this for distortion. Add some sharpness. Let's warm it up a bit. Yeah, now the people don't look blue. See, now I can see people's heads and things in here in the court. And this is a JPEG, so I'm not going to have a lot of wiggle room. I think I'll just recompose this. Have the... There we go. Kind of like that. Let me see, there's some color noise down here. Let me pull the blue saturation off a little bit. And work with the color noise. Tiny bit more noise reduction. Work with the... It was all blue lights. I think that's what you meant, right, DeMorcan? uh, all right, some tweaks there. Bit of clarity. All right, let's pull the highlights in. Ooh, warmed it up a bit too much. There. There we go. Bring the whites up. Try to bring some of that atmosphere back in. Pull the blacks in. Perfect. Do I need to see all that? No, I think I can go right about there. Tiny bit of texture. Let's see what the haze does. That helps with some of the sparkles. No, not really. And man, this blue is killing me though. Really strong. That's okay. Let me work the luminance. See if I can make this stronger. This weaker. Wow, it's all blue. There's no other colors in here. But I think we have to keep it color. So all right, I think final answer. So there's the before and after. It was mainly a shift to white balance a little bit. That's about all I did, and then just auto corrected the skewing and stuff. I mean, it's kind of a cool shot. I wish. Let me see what it looks like full screen. People got all these little lights in their hands too. It looks like I can't tell what's going on. But I'm not a sports guy. So I have no idea about sports. But it looks like a basketball place. That's cool. Okay, let's go to the next one. Thanks to Morgan. Randy Schrar. Okay, that's a name I haven't seen too often. This shot looks pretty much done. I don't know if I would change a thing here. Wow. I mean, there's a little bit too much foreground here, but your eye isn't really drawn to that. It's really drawn to this. So that's where I'm going to focus. I'm going to focus right in here. If I can save this tree. No. This is an interesting tree too. See how that looks. A little bit tighter. Okay. And make it a little bit warmer. Pull the highlights in a little bit more. A little bit on the shadows. Keep the blacks and whites up for some contrast. Right about there. I'm going to shift the tinting on the blue because the blue just looks a little bit weird to me. Let me try it this way. Ooh, that magenta is kind of cool. Although this is probably more natural, I like this little shift to magenta. And I'm going to do a slight distortion correction. Just do that. And it's a little sharpening. So I'm going to shift the hue a little bit down here to more red if I can. Okay. Why is this lamppost still crooked? I thought I corrected that. Okay. All right, and some vignette, maybe. A tiny bit. Let me double check this. Okay. And tiny bit of the haze, clarity. Pull the texture back a little bit. What about clarity? Yeah, that looks like crap. We'll leave it there. All right, time's up. So that's my final edit. Let me see, what was the before and after? I wish I could get this before and after to be full screen, but very subtle changes overall. Just basically warmed it up and put a little more magenta in the skies. And then of course the crop that I did, which, you know, Lightroom doesn't show the original crop on the image. But there's got to be a way to do it before and after. I don't know. Oh, black and white looks good too. All right, let's do the next one. Okay, Namba Tetsu. There is motion blur, 1/5 of a second. Not much I'm going to be able to do with this one. It's motion blur, it's a JPEG, and there's not enough light in here. Let me see what happens with this. Do auto here. Set the white balance to this light. Right about there. Pull the saturation down. And let's see if we can crop this. Go wide. Yeah, that's better. And let's do, like the color noise is gone. Do a tiny bit here. And bring a little sharpness back in. Like so. This must be a pretty high f-stop because you got a little bit of starbursting going on. Doesn't really need any vignetting. Just level it a tiny bit. Yeah, this was outside of the basketball game. That's funny. Lauren, you like the gold a little bit. Yeah, I was going to warm it back up a little bit. It did cool off quite a bit with the auto white balance. Just a tiny bit of golden glow back in. Magenta do. No, not magenta. Let me try some dehaze and clarity. All right, and do a little bit of brushing. Let's see what happens when I brush right in here. There's just not enough color left in this to do anything here. So, gotta be something I can do here. Just adding some contrast. Oh, time's up. All right. Let's see what I did here. Okay, well, if I wanted to spend some more time light painting, I would probably light paint these little buoys down here sticking out of the water. Just to bring some highlights on it from the lights that are coming up here to make it look like, you know, that these are being lit up. And then maybe a little more contrast here in the mountains. But that's the direction I'm going with this one. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would definitely brush in some highlights here on each one of these like this, just to make them stand out more. Right? Something like that. But okay. But yeah, there's motion blur and everything else going on, so you'd have to retake this picture. Let's go to the next one here. All right, John, you'd say. Wow. Oh, you like the Tetsu? Okay. Hopefully that gives you some ideas, though, on that image. If you're using Lightroom or anything that has brushes on it, I would definitely do a lot of light painting on that image. All right, this one here, let me start my timer and just click auto and see what Lightroom thinks. God, not much. Let me silhouette everybody. And why is the vibrance all the way up? And this needs to be this sun is just gone. This is the problem. Let me see. Right. I'm gonna try and bring this sun into the scene a little stronger, but still silhouette these people. A little bit warmer. Sorry, I'm just concentrating. This is a nice picture. I don't want to mess it up too much. level. Oh, this is tough. Get some of the color noise. Luminance. Pull these blues in. Like crap. Oh, time's up. God, I'm sorry, John. I'm not good at sunset pictures, but let's see what happened. Oh, wow. Wow, this shot has potential. This is a shot I would have probably bracketed just to bring in a little bit more detail in the sky. And some of the foreground, because silhouetting the foreground just didn't work, and silhouetting the people on the boat, yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, I almost feel like a vertical would have worked better with just one dude here, right? Something like that. I mean, that was kind of the other thing in the back of my head I was thinking about, but instead of the wide shot, I think the vertical is a bit nicer. Oh, you cropped about 60%. Yeah, so you're kind of along the same lines as this, right? Doing a vertical. Okay, let's go to the next one, but nice shot. Okay, image writer. Oh, just misfocused, or there's some motion blur, but I think you misfocus. No, I think it's motion blur. 1/180th of a second at f8 ISO 200. Nope, you misfocus then. Okay, so it's already cropped really nice. I think all I have to do really is just try and separate the B a little bit. Yeah, there it goes. I don't know if I should try to save the details or just soften them. Okay, I think I'll just soften the details rather than try to save them because it's just blurry. Let me pull some of the highlights back in, particularly these reds. And let's pull the saturation down. It's a little bit overpowering. Okay, now let's pull the blacks in. Push in the shadows. Add a vignette and I'm done. Spread that out. Use macro rings. Okay. feel like there's some tint here, but that's natural, so. Okay, all right, that's all I can do with this. Yeah, I didn't do much really. I tried to separate the B a little bit more and soften some of the detail because it's a little bit motion blur in here. Or not motion blur, but missed focus, basically. And that's it. But I like the way it's cropped already. It's already cropped really nice and tight. Just wish the focus. Focus is missed. That's the only problem. All right. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. Oh, now we're back to Bob's here. Okay. So let's do the same crop I had before. It's funny, I see things a little bit differently when I'm in Lightroom than when I'm working in Workspace. I feel like if this will level, not enough. Right there is good. And pull this back. Separate the saturation. Okay. Warm it up slightly. Really need much here, but tack in a little bit there, a tiny bit there. Very, very subtle vignette. And I'm thinking I'm just going to experiment just a little bit here. Yeah, that didn't work out. Go back. I think this is it. Maybe just go wide. This is a mess, Bob. This is not one of your better pictures, or at least I'm not seeing it. You got this tractor. Okay, I'm out of time. Sorry. That's all I can do with this. So I didn't do much other than just bring the exposure in a little bit and then a tight crop on the tractor. I'm at a loss what I can do with this image because everywhere is so busy. God, you guys, at least the puns were good. My editing was not, but the puns were good on this one. Yeah, I saw you were using the foliage to frame it, but then you got this, it's not framing it, it's kind of partially blocking it with the, yeah, I'm not seeing it anywhere. Yeah, just it's way too busy. I'd have probably in Workspace, I'd have probably put a soft filter on it and made it all artsy fartsy. But okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, Benny Maiko. Wow, this is another name I haven't seen very often, if at all. This is beautiful. 12 to 35 f2.8, great lens. ISO 3200 or 320 at 1/200th of a second. Really good. Let's just do a quick auto correction and see if that fixes tiny bit. It needs a little bit more this way. A slight rotate and crop. Okay, that feels a little bit more. And oops, my timer. And oh, that's interesting what's going on inside too. I like this. Let's kill some of the noise. This color noise, really. Pull some sharpening. And this looks really, I'd like to keep the colors though. I like the colors. Let me see if I can just separate the colors a little more with this. Yeah, that's better. And then I did sharpening already, but let me work on that a little bit more. Okay, good. I want to try to bring out some of the texture in the wall. Now let's do texture. Yeah. And clarity. Oops. Dehaze. And look at my crop. I like what's going on up here too. That's the 4x3. Let me see what that looks like. No. The way it was cropped before was better. I can go a little bit wider. Yeah, this is what it was before. Okay, I think I'm done. Maybe some contrast. And more clarity. All right, let's see what that looks like. So yeah, basically the contrast and in the color and in the tones, right? I really like the pastel colors sometimes over black and white. And oh, you're welcome, nature. But yeah, I like this. This came out good, I think. Just looking at it by itself. Yeah, now it's very punchy. It almost feels three-dimensional now. Huh. That's cool. Okay, that's a cool place, I bet, if you were there. All right. Okay, we have a little titmouse here of some kind. Wow, it's really clear. 200 to 600. Oh, this is a Sony from Captain Craig. Okay. Let's just do a crop. Let's do a vertical crop. So go this way. Don't need to see all of that. Go a little bit more square. So all right. Just a slight tilt this way. Click auto here. And let's separate the colors. Ah, this background is, bird blends right in with the background, doesn't it? Let's bring out the blues, just the blues. I think that's what we need to do. Pull the greens back. Yeah. Well, maybe not that much. Oh yeah, that works. Greens and the reds. And the oranges we can crank up a little bit. Okay. Good. Let's add a vignette. Feather it slightly a bit more. Just brush in a tiny bit on the eye. There. All right. Oh, that's a little bit too much on the eye. Hold on. Let me adjust that. There we go. All right, I think that's, I'm done with that. Man, still a tiny bit too much in the eye. He's got two highlights here. Let me just brush one out. This one. There we go. All right, now I'm done. So if we look at the before and after, so now we can see a little more color in the eye, color in the bird. Basically, I increased the blue on the bird and cut the green and green and reds back so the background didn't get saturated too. Yeah, I think that works. I might crop in a little tighter if I had to, but other than that, this is pretty much done. Whoops. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, got so many here. What time is it? All right, I gotta work faster. So, whoops, wrong button. Dang it. Okay. Where are we at here? Joni. Okay, kind of the same thing here. I'm gonna warm it up a tiny bit. Click auto and pull the vibrance down, but crank up saturation. That. Pull the blacks in. Crank the whites. And let me finish that. And a slight tilt this way. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Mike. Mike, you're so reliable every week. Helps me out a lot, though. I'm falling a little behind this month. But aren't we all, really? I mean, okay, let's do some sharpening and adjust this. Tiny bit of color. Oh, my coffee, I've had it a couple times. I just haven't brought it out I haven't brought it out for this because I finished it in the last stream. I pull the saturation back a little bit and I'll be done here. All right, let's see if that looks any different. Okay, so yeah, a little vignette, a little more contrast in the colors and tones, and that's it. But it's just picture of some grass, right? So really, this is more of an exercise of working with the color tones than anything else. I try to separate that blade of wheat or whatever that is, this blade of grass, from everything else. Hopefully that's what I was able to do. But I can see all the fall colors starting to come in back here. So it's going to be some really good pictures coming up in the next month or two of streams, right? All right, let's go to the next one. Let's see. Music sound gear. All right. My timer. Let's do just a quick auto here. Yeah, look at that. We got fall colors in here again. I like this one beam of light. What is it hitting on? Nothing really, but Okay, we need to straighten this a little bit. Try. Ooh, opposite. Like it needs to be. Feels more right. And I'm going to separate these colors. What white balance I want to go with. I like the cooler colors. Maybe right there. Sharpening. Then one of them says Lauren on it. Really? I missed that. I think, oh, dang, I'm really short on time. I want to try to just not have that exit sign there. Kind of like the God rays though. What about a vertical? No, it doesn't quite work. So let's stick with the horizontal. Come up a little bit. And not working at all. Oh, I'm out of time. All right, so sorry, I'm out of time. All right, let's see what we did here. Hold on. Let me get this dot off. Yeah, we're good. All right, so yeah, I just tried to bring out the colors more and then darken the image and dehaze. That's about it, and crop. I like that one little God ray coming down. If I had time, I would light paint that a little more to make it work with the scene a little better. Because it's coming in, but it's just not quite right. So I would probably work a little bit here with a God ray and a little bit here. And that would be it. So that it works on the scene in the front and the foreground. Because right now it's not part of the foreground at all. But there'd be a way to do that, right? But okay, let's nice picture though. I love all the fall colors. All right, this was from Levente from last week. I've kind of done this already, but what he sent me was just a crop like more like a portrait. Like, I'm just going to talk about this one. I'm not going to edit this, but he sent me something like this. And so I did an edit to make it more like a portrait, corporate headshot. And I said, you know, if you had her legs and everything in the shot, we could make it a little more fun. But now the challenge is we got this harsh shadow. Now that I see the whole thing, so really it'd have been better to take the picture in the other direction, so the shadow's kind of coming at her. The sun's coming into her face a little more, like a standard Rembrandt 3/4. So I would have taken this shot a lot differently, or had a reflector, right, to bring some more light into the face, because I like the highlights. I think you were going for this rim lighting all around the hair. But yeah, I would ultimately, you need to have the subject with a key light in the face, basically. But otherwise, this could be a really fun shot. But that's where I would have gone with this. Like I said, I'm not going to edit this one, but that's what I would do. Wow, what is this? Where's my timer? $1 million is JPEG. This is interesting. Wow, I gotta crop this first. Because this sidewalk, man, the sidewalk's kind of cutting into this. Let's do a square crop. I almost feel like, do we even need all of the stones? Square crop ain't cutting it. I'm trying to find some pattern in here that I can work with. Go back to my square crop idea. Maybe here. Oh, who made this artwork? These are just... All right, I almost like that, but I don't want the grass. I'm trying to minimize the colors here. I go up this way. All right, I'm going to go with this. Oh, man, this is terrible. I mean, my editing is terrible, not the image. I'm just not... I spent 3 minutes just trying to figure out how to crop it. All right, I'm just going to go with a full-on. When I get too close, feather this slightly. And 16 by 9, is that... That'll get rid of some of the sidewalk. lay off on the vignette. Let's see if we can separate the colors a little more. All right, time's up. That's all I can do. I mean, the stones are interesting. This is kind of like you take a picture of it because you were there and you want to remember what they look like and maybe look at it again later. But photographically, the composition and everything, there's just nothing here that I can do other than work with the colors. But okay, let's move on. That's an interesting stones, but I just nothing for it photographically speaking. What? This is from Lauren. I think Lauren, you were telling me this was from your Panasonic, right? It looks like it's raining over here. And then kind of clear skies over here. Look at this cloud line. This has got to be, I don't know what's going on. This whole line here is interesting. Okay, let's see. There's not much I can do with this. I would maybe just bring up the shadows a little bit. It's a little bit too punchy. Like so. Maybe I brought it up too much. Right there. Bring a little dehaze back in. All right. I think I know what I need to do. Let me brush in the haze on this part right here. Clarity. And honestly, that's it. Other than that, this image is really good. Yeah. Okay. So just a simple before and after. Because the way the contrast is on this bird up here, it was a little bit too strong. It's still strong, but in this image here, it sticks out almost like you photoshopped the bird in. Whereas this almost looks a little more natural. But I'd probably work on that a little bit more. But I just had to soften it a little bit, that's all. But yeah, I don't know what's going on here. That's interesting. It's a kite. Oh, that makes more sense. That's why it looks, oh, I see the string here. Okay. I see. And there's somebody here. There's the guy with the kite. All right, I get that. That's cool. All right, Steve G on a NEF. What is this? This is it's a Nikon at ISO 200, 28 to 105. All right. Let's do just a quick auto here. Yeah, that looks good. And bring the clouds in, that's fine. Up to the haze, bring in the exposure. Let's warm it up slightly. Okay, go back to saturation again. Okay. Oh, I like these, just this part here. All the rest of this is nice, but I like right here in the middle. So I'm debating just a vertical right in here. And I like these trees. Let me see what these trees look like. Yeah, all these trees are really interesting. Maybe go wider. Let me do super wide. Right in here. Got another image where I'm spending all my time cropping, but this is the only part that I like here. Get rid of that sky. All right. Oh, 15 seconds. All right, that's all I can do really. I just like these trees. Whoops, what? I didn't mean to do that. I like the trees. I didn't like the mountain range or any of the sky or anything else. I just like these trees. So that's what I focused on. And as far as editing go, really just contrast, right, in the colors and the tones, and a slight vignette. But whoops, didn't want to do that. I mean, the only other thing would be to go opposite direction, right, with some texture and make it look more like a painting. Like, well, just like John Yutze is suggesting, right? Something more like this could work. So there's a couple of directions I would go with this image. Because I think everything that's interesting is here in the trees. I don't like this mountain range here in the background. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, nice. Oh, everything is blurry though. What do we shoot at? 1/60th of a second. Yeah, dogs you gotta shoot at like 1/800th of a second. I know it's hard to do, in low light, because God, you're even at f1.4 and you're still at ISO 500. So let's just do a vertical, a square crop and a vertical, and we'll be done here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And just give a slight boost to the eyes. Like so. My highlights. I'm not seeing. Yeah. All right. And a vignette, and I'll be done. Feather it out some more. All right. So yeah, basically just square crop, a little bit of color, and enhance the eyes. That's all we can do here because everything else is blurry. Really cute dog though. I took some shots of my dog last night. I need to post those up. Of course, I bet people are tired of seeing my Instagrams filled up with my dog pictures. All right, yes, tongue in cheek, right? Let's see. John follows. Oh, we did a similar picture of this place, right? This looks familiar. So let's see if the auto works. Yeah, that works kind of. And let's crop in without that heavy. What is that thing anyway? Just curious. It's behind a fence, so it's not really usable. But let's just get the fence out. See where we're at. Yeah, this thing's not interesting when it's only a piece. You really need to see the whole thing. I come in a little bit. Okay. A little tighter. All right, let's bring out the shadows. Go to black and white. The haze and clarity. Texture. And bring the blues up again. It's conflicting with the center. And bring the reds down. Or is it orange? And sharpening right in there. Yeah, it is a little bit off, right? Still a little bit wonky. Work with the vertical. Problem is it's so wonky that if I try to make it less wonky, it looks worse, right? Because that's basically a corrected image, but then this ladder looks wrong. I'm gonna keep it kind of where it was. Maybe just one notch. Did I get the brickwork where I want it? Let me, oh, I got a minute left. Let me work on this. Highlighting. Okay, this is what I need to do. Raise this. Let's bring this in. Yeah, I'm focused, right, you, John? I'm really struggling with this image. All right. Oh, time's up. All right, let's see what happened. So yeah, it's just cropped in quite a bit from the original. And that's it, really. And went black and white and tried to make some tones. But yeah, John, I like this. I like this image. I was debating. I didn't want to keep. This image is all about how you crop it. Then the processing kind of doesn't matter because it's. But I just decided to go here, just to kind of balance it. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, okay, Sam. I haven't seen one from you in a while. Okay, so let's just accentuate this orange. I wonder if I can do that with just like this. Bring the highlights all the way down. Maybe go vertical. Yeah, we'll stay 4x3. So good on so many levels. You guys are cracking me up. Maybe right there and come down. Just rule a third it a little bit. And some vignette. I'm going to vignette, but I'm going to try and keep the highlights. That didn't help much. A little soft here and here. Yeah, go. The fall guy. Let me get rid of the vignette now. It's not working. Let's brush in some of this tree. make it. Okay, back that off. Where's my dehaze? Something is still. Right about there. All right, where are the texture? Right about there. Yeah, this is better. All right, that's all I can do. Maybe just warm up the overall image, right? That's it. All right. So that's the before and after. Wow, I really made the leaves a little bit too orange, but the main thing in this image was there was just too much, too many leaves, right? Because if you look at the original, it's huge. So that's the direction I wanted to go, was just narrow it down to just the sun and a few leaves. But okay, let's go to the next one. Whoops. Last three here. Okay. This one I can do. Oops, dang it. This one. This looks like you were moving because there's some motion blur. Oh yeah, I can see a little bit of windshield or something up here. Like it was taken from a cell phone or something. I doubt the EXIF will show us anything. Arthur Leyenberger. So let's do the same thing. I'm gonna needs to be warmed up quite a bit. Really bring these down. Arthur keeps sending me these pictures with all this dappled light. Every picture from you, Arthur, it feels like. Maybe I'm confusing with someone else, but I think it's you. You send me all the pictures with the dappled light. That makes it hard. I think cropping wise, I just like the trees up here. So let's get rid of all the dappled light. Go a little bit wider. Like this. Get rid of that sign. Okay, right there. And then let's warm it up a little more. Darken it. Bring up the highlights. Oh, this is a JPEG, so it's going to be a little tough, but yeah, I have no wiggle room in the JPEG even. Like this sign here. Maybe I can brush it out. Brush out this sign. Yeah, that works. And Heavy vignette. That vignette's not working. So let's do it with, let's do it with one of these. Okay. Where's my saturation? Oh, I'm out of time. Dang it. I lost my, I really wanted to bring out separate the trees and the greenness. Where's my, but it's a JPEG. That's why I'm struggling a little bit. But okay, let's look at before and after. I'm out of time. uh, yeah, I just had to crop in a little bit because the original was just way too wide, and looking down, I kind of like looking out towards the light. So I had to off-center the vignette a little bit because I wanted this to be the brightest part, then kind of vignette everything else. But that's not too bad. And then just soften it a little bit. Where's the right? Yeah, and then soften it a little bit. But okay, let's move on. I think, oh, this one is way too dark, Dave. Um, see if I can focus just on right here. Yeah, I'll look for it, Randy. You're right. I thought I did see it before. I'll look for it though. Okay. I think get there a little bit cooler. And shift. If shifting the greens helps a little bit. Shift these blues this way. Too much there. Okay, I think I'm done. Tiny bit more in here. Okay. So, yeah, I think this kind of works over, see what that, I mean, a little bit of light painting, bringing out the leaves, and then shifting the hue a little bit so it's a little bit more complementary between the green and the blue and the yellow. But I think that works. You know, a little bit less silhouette, right? Because it was very silhouetted here, but at least here we can see some detail now in the moss and everything. I'd have probably highlighted this branch a little bit, but yeah. Okay, let's see what else we got. This is from Dawood. Whoops. Why is this edit? Oh no, develop. There we go. Wow, this is loading slowly. Dawood sent a TIFF in, so there's no EXIF, but it's a 6x4, so it's a 24 megapixel camera. So it could be anything, right? Nikon, Sony, any of the cameras. There's no 24 megapixel micro four thirds, right? And there's only a few APS-Cs left. I don't know why this says still loading here. But let's see. Let's do auto here, just to kind of get ahead. Oh, that looks terrible. And definitely, I might go black and white. Yeah, let's go black and white. And pull off a tiny bit here. It's just enough sharpening just for the hair, really. We'll soften the skin up, pull the texture back. Let's add some tones in with the haze. And brighten this up a little bit. Oh, I didn't start my... Okay. Some more dehaze and brighten. And pull the texture back a little bit more. And some vignette and I'll be done. Let me look at the color. Maybe I can do something with the... Have some reds in there and some greens. Let me pull the greens down. And then the hair is kind of a red, so not red, but you know, got reds in it. Get rid of the greens and aqua. We're going to brighten up the reds a little bit in the orange and yellow, and okay, I think I'm done. Let's see what. Yeah. So there's the color. All right. I think black and white works. There we go. I don't know why it says loading on the bottom. And you can hear probably the fans on my computer are going crazy. What do you call a bad head and shoulder shot? Not this one on the screen, huh? Time for a nice piping hot cup. Yeah. Oh, okay, I'll show you your Flickr feed. But okay, I think that kind of works. That red banner over the top is a little distracting. So going black and white gets rid of that. All right, let's take a quick look at, I'm gonna open up another window here. Yeah, Randy, I don't see. No, that's not same Randy. Yeah, I don't see it in here, Randy, so we'll just go to your Flickr page. Let's see. Where is Randy? I used to have it bookmarked. I don't know why. Because oh, I need to sign in. That's why. Give me a second. All right. Randy? I forget, Randy, what your Flickr page is called. I thought I was following you. I thought for sure I was. Oh, here you are. Gosh. All right. Let me bring up the chat window because I can't see what's going on. Yeah, I don't see anything new. I mean, yeah, these are new. But I thought you were wanting me to see something. Let me see. You were saying, oh yeah, the campground. Duh. All right. I'm going to next Friday. Okay, cool. All right. Everything. Wow, those skies are pretty heavy duty though, man. Wow. Cool. I like these rocks. All right, good. I look forward to that. All right. Let's go to my button. Andy Morgan has a wedding shot. Oh, okay. All right, since we're still here. You photo stream. Oh, this one. Like everybody's about to fall off or something. Huh. That's cool. Okay, let's go to the viewer edits. And then we'll call it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I think I marked everything red. So here's the original image, right? That I sent everybody. Pull up the chat. And this is where you get your rocks off. Okay. Yeah, they're great shots, right? Oh, hey, Agnes, I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? Here's the original shot I sent you guys out to edit, one of mine. It's just a street shot from Alexandria. So let's go ahead and see what you guys did with this. Okay, so let me get the info. Dumorkin went with the puddle shot here. But I like how you brought the color out of the bricks into the water. I didn't even see that when I took the shot. I was really looking at the little moped thing. Yeah, see, Antonio is doing the same. Focus. I thought this was a motorcycle for the longest time until I looked at the license plate and it says moped on it. But this looks like a red partial color, which is kind of cool. I like how the one brick here is red. You know? That's kind of a cool shot. Man, and this is pretty sharp. It's like you did some sharpening or something on it too. Oh, hey, Bob. Wow, you went with a yellow. Kind of, not really sepia, but focused on the moped too. Yeah, pretty close to what Antonio did. You went a little bit wider. But yeah, it's good processing on the yellow. And Ivan, yeah, everybody's focused on the moped. So was I actually. Well, my edit, I framed the whole thing. I just straightened it. But yeah, this is good processing on a black and white too. Really kept all of the tones in and some good blacks. Ah, Joni. Joni went with kind of what do you call this kind of shot? It's a hold on, let me get the chat window in. All right, Lauren, we'll see. I'm sorry, we missed you, Lauren. We'll see you later. Thanks for coming in as always. Yeah, this is like the miniaturization. I forget the effect they call this in the camera. Okay, it's kind of a fake bokeh. It's a little bit too strong of an effect here. It didn't really work out and make the bike look miniature, nor did it make it look like a natural bokeh. But I like the processing overall, very crisp processing. Okay, Randy. Thanks for coming in as always, Randy. It's always good to see you. I look forward to more paranormal pictures. All right, Plato. We'll see you later. Okay, Image Writer. This is a good edit of the picture. I like this. Still crooked. I would have straightened it, but I liked what you did with the processing. A little better effect on the blurring around it. All right, Randy. All right, sought to be fun. We'll see you later. Yeah, that was a cool photo, right, Dave? And John follows. Yeah, you went with the bike too. A little bit of warming here. Kind of a more earthy tone look to it. Let's see what we got here. Oh my God, who is Neo? Neo, you're a lunatic. Oh my God. That is hilarious. That was a great movie, though. Turner Rob 2. That's cool. Diorama. Thank you, Roman. That's what it's called. And you straighten the image. That's what I like the most about it. You straighten the image for the most part, but that's cool. Wow, Marcel, this is really amazing, actually. Yeah, Neo is really good, right? His edits every week surprise me. Marcel, man, this is very interesting. I like this sort of teal and orange selective color. Really interesting. Really interesting effect. And then you mix the black and white with like this kind of sepia. Oh, excuse me. This kind of sepia tone. Man, this is amazing. Thin lens shot. Okay. Yeah, this is really cool, Marcel. I like how this came out. And the sepia part is very artsy, right? Like kind of like pencil art. So it's really a lot of mixture here. Wow, this is really something. This was a lot of work. Thanks, Marcel. This is awesome, though. And this one, let's see, we have to see. This is, oh, this is another one from Neo, like a regular edit. So Neo just sent one for me just for fun, and then this is one where he actually edited the picture. Okay, good. You know, for some reason this looks very like from the 1920s or something, very old. Like a very old photo. So that works. And then a crisp shot of the moped. Very good. A little dark for my taste, but nice and clean. This has got to be, oh, sorry. Let me see who this was. This was Dawood. Yeah, Dawood. And then here's Deb O'Connor. Yeah, it's 1910 again, right? Deb with her, what do you call this when they do this effect? It's not kaleidoscope, but it's something else. But yeah, she's always doing this. But usually she makes a face, right, out of the wood or something, which is always creepy. But that's cool, Deb. Wow, really, that's weird. Like nobody would know what this is. Oh my God! And the pyromaniac in the group, Dave, he always wants flames or fire or something going on. Wow. So just black and white and then a little bit of flame. But yeah, Dave is kind of a pyromaniac. Every image is like, you know, it needs flames. Deb made a Dalek. Yeah, that's true. I could see that. Oops, I think that's it. Yeah, so I have to go with Marcel as my favorite one today. I mean, these were all really good, but I think Marcel's, I mean, this was kind of fun, but Marcel's really opened my eyes to some different effects here, mixing different kinds of edits. Like usually you pick one. You want to do a pencil art, or you want to do black and white, or partial color. But you got red, green, orange, and then you got this. Yeah, this is awesome. And this, yeah, this could be one of the like a Dalek. Okay, everyone. I have a button here somewhere. We're all done, finally. I know it took a while to get through those, and I really tried my best today, but I got a little flustered because I had to go in the Lightroom. I like Lightroom, and it's okay, but today I was feeling like doing Olympus Workspace, so when we went into Lightroom, I just, wow. Hopefully I did okay. Some of them were better than others, as always. But it's always fun, I'm sure, for you guys to see what I do with them, even if they're not great edits. It maybe give you some ideas anyway, right? And it's always great to see your edits and mine. So Thanks again for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. My delivery is here from Amazon. I'm so excited. So we'll see you guys again on Tuesday.